Is Din Djarin my top 5 favorite Star Wars characters? I think this is it. It's when I realized that this was it. When that music played at the end of the last episode, I was happy. I didn't know how happy I was gonna be. This thing began in that meat factory, and he's there to silhouette, and I go, yeah, well, that could be anyone, really, because even Boba Fett, it was him. Came in with the line, I can bring you in warm, I can bring you in cold. I said, I'm just getting the greatest hits right now of Din Djarin. He cleans house. I love the fact that his his dark saber sliced himself as he was like yanking it out back out of the guy he just stabbed. Which, oh my god, he stabbed, he sliced, he diced, and it was I'm gonna color back. What's happening? Look, it's like the white balance is off. This is blue, and then there we go. The way that he was slicing and dicing people was amazing and unbefitting of a Disney series. So he does what he has to do to get information. On the information, plus on the elevator ride, he's got a head, turns over to the side. There's a guy. No, I'm just paying attention to what's in front of me right now. And he gives off the bounty over to a guy. He's so smooth. I love him. Even like when he was beating up all the people and he had to leave that little room, I have no problem with you guys. There's a whole lot of money. I don't have any claim to that money. Go get yourself some Imperial credits. He's so smooth. He doesn't lie. He's a hero. To the point where when he meets up with his crew from, what are they called? The Death Watch? His crew that we knew from Navarro. Did you unmask? No. Hey, how did you win this dark saber? Tell us who you beat. What about the spear? I met a Bo-Katan. Like this guy is just telling the truth, even when it's more convenient to lie. He's given free like information that happened to him. He never goes, even though it would be simpler and easier for me to get away with not telling you I removed my helmet. I'm going to tell you that I removed my helmet. And there was a whole lot of suspense and waiting for him to say that. And I was like, please don't do it. Please don't be a liar. He did it. It's a lot. That's a big deal. And Bryce Dallas Howard was directing it, so she did a couple things I noticed that were cool, like the suspense for what will he tell her about unmasking his helmet, and the other thing at the end of the episode when Fennec Shan kind of showed up and she was way in the background, made you have to actually look for her, which was a cool. That was something that the director did, not something from the writing. As he's leaving, he boards a starport's airport ship, and they tell him, okay, you gotta take off all your weapons. He's like, yo, even my religion, it's like it's me, it's part of me, it's what I do. And they weren't having it. The religious exemption was declined. But the stupid thing is, for him to get to there, he didn't have to raise his crest, right? We know he had to have gotten there by a ship. Didn't he take commercial travel to get there? Shouldn't he already know the rules? Or was that for us, the audience, to hear the droid tell him, yo, take off your grenade? And it was kind of comedic. He goes there, there's a knife. The whistling birds, he still has them. That's good to know. But everything just, and I know everything that's inside of that treasure. All right, funny stuff. When we get over to Tatooine and we see shoot Pelimoto, I didn't think I'd like this character the way I like this character. She's I dated a Jawa once, very furry. She had another funny ass line where she goes, "Yeah, yeah, you're giving me all this money. It's not that I don't trust you. I gotta make sure you didn't give me too much." I laughed my head off at that. Maybe you made it, maybe you didn't, but it was hilarious to me. So that whole scene plays out, and she convinces him, "Hey, why don't you take this Naboo fighter? It's the same one that young Vader, Anakin Skywalker, had in the first movie, Phantom Menace. Not the first movie, my first movie, because I watched them in order. I chose to. I only became a Star Wars fan in '08, like when Clone Wars came out, and I said, you know what I'm gonna do? Watch this shit in order. So I watched episode 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, 6. That's Star Wars journey. So I think it was the same because I saw some patterns of hieroglyphics, maybe they're called, but I think that's the same one that little Anakin had. If not, hey, it was the yellow spaceship thing, and it wasn't an X-wing. At first, I thought it was like a pod racer thing, but no. Listen, man, they spent the next 5 minutes of this show selling a toy. They said the Millennium Falcon was a thing for years and years, for eons. Eons songs have told us and sold this merchandise. and they're gonna do the same thing. We got Wizard, we got Dank Ferric, she's fast. We got everything that it took to sell a toy and make it be go on t-shirts and everything. What was the name of it? The star? I don't know. But the droid, astromech droid place for that isn't there. Guess who's gonna fit there? It's gonna be little Grogu eventually. Grogu got a a gift. He got a gift. It's going to be some sort of armor. I love the reasoning that the armorer, she said, she's like, this is Beskar, it's a spear, but it's kind of disrespectful. Beskar is supposed to protect. You can't just make a spear out of it. Here, give it to me. I was worried at the time. Takes it. There was even a point where it was pointing right at Din. And I said, oh, she's going to turn on you. She knows the helmet. But she didn't. And she kind of forged it. And, what do I want? I love the way that Mando thinks about fucking Grogu. It's lovely. He's still thinking about it. And it's about the Jedi who are the opposite of us. It's about the Jedi who are detached and the Mandos who are attached. And they're complete opposites. And Paz Vizsla. I didn't even recognize his last name. They don't even say it in the first season or second season. Paz Vizsla, descendant of Tar Vizsla, that was the first Jedi and Mandalorian. The second would be Grogu. Yeah, he's not a Mandalorian anymore. And he's about to train up to become a Jedi. Who didn't expect that duel to come. Kind of weak of him to challenge Din after he was clearly struggling with the blade. But then again, you got to understand what that blade means to him. So I see what he did. Didn't kill him at the end. Good. Because there's only 3 of you guys. Plus Bo-Katan, Cosca Reeves, and the dude who's not Sasha Banks. Plus those guys. There's only 6 that we know of right now, huh? Would you count Boba Fett in there? No, I wouldn't. But then there's Din also, who doesn't really count, but counts also. Who knows? He's welcome. Boba Fett can come along, and Boba Fett gets the favor for this one's on the house. It gives him back the money. It's awesome. I want to see where this goes. The emotional, even the nothing parts, where that little green droid that looks not droid, the Greedo species. Like that was so smooth. Why? Because Grogu's green. Why? Because as he's looking at the gift that he has for Grogu, it kind of looks like ears are shaped in the body form of the Yoda species, which is still unnamed. My theory is the Yoda species will be called green because that's what the Emperor says, my little green friend. So maybe they are greens. That's what he's trying to get at. Or just the color green. I know. That's a theory. Towards the end of the episode, where he bumps in to Appa, the Rangers of the New Republic. Hey, yeah, connecting things, and he can just kind of speed. And he went sublight. They went clear to say how fast this ship was. They're not bad guys. Those Rangers are good guys. He should form a relationship with them. This is about his 3rd run-in he had. That same guy was talking to Gina Carano's character, Cara Dune, and he seemed cool. I believe that that's a relationship he needs to not run from. But he's got his ship that's off the grid. It's pre-imperial. It's got it's jailbroken basically. This is what an episode, and this is a Book of Boba Fett show, isn't it? But no, it's all about Din. And I'm not bothered by it. I know the show on the title says Book of Boba Fett. They played the Boba Fett music towards the end. What? No, this was a Book of Boba Fett episode. But I'm not mad at that because I always saw it as the same story. It's the Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau story coming out of Star Wars in the period 5 years after Return of the Jedi. That's how I viewed Book of Boba Fett to begin with. It's a legitimate complaint or a criticism, I would say. So that's how I felt about it. Of course, it's all about how you feel too. That is the review over here. My name is Chillmonger. Check out my YouTube channel here. I'm going to be doing 33 burning questions, either Marvel or Star Wars. It depends on my guests. I got to ask a couple of people. Till then, peace out.